Hi everyone, welcome to the video number 30 for the remake of the old Might and Magic VII done in the Godot engine. There are quite a few changes for the interface and to the game itself that I will go through. First, credits, minor change here, panel is a bit nicer and I've added two selfish flag links for the Twitch and the YouTube. Then, loading window now has a button to delete all saves. That's just to make it a bit cleaner in the list. Now, new panel has been updated with dividers to make it slightly cleaner. Let's just change the party a little bit to see something different than usual. And there's a check for all the stat points, so the bonus points and the skills being assigned. If we haven't done that, then this will not proceed. Let me just quickly assign the points. Doesn't really matter for the demo which were. And we can also right click on the stats or the skills or the characters and see what they do. So this should be useful to make a more informed decision on which stats are necessary for which character. Now, if we go into the game, there's more changes, especially to the interface. So, first minor thing I've added is a new debug or a cheat command to disable all the debugging information. So debug off to disable the navigation paths, direction arrow for the characters, and this small display here on the bottom left that had the FPS and the current state. Next thing I've added is a compass for the character. So the compass will display the current direction of the party in the world. There's a minor bug with the continuity of it, but that's to be fixed. Then I've added the food and gold labels, slightly better looking, so we can pick up some gold and see what changes here. We've currently got over 1000 gold. And it also shows information on the gold in the bank. Currently there's no bank, but that's kind of out there to be displayed. I've added the books to be displayed. So these are the old current quests or the notes and the other buttons. That look better, but not ideal yet. I need to probably just cut them out, get them in active state when the book is opened, and then fix it a little bit. Minor thing I've added is a interface for the NPCs you can talk to. So now there's a background when you talk to free roaming NPCs, rather than being transparent as before. Now for the characters themselves, I've been working on the doll for the characters. So as you can see here, that's the base doll and the elements on top of the doll, depending on what items the character is holding. For example, this character might be holding a sword, but the wizard could be holding a staff in both hands. So this is why these extra elements, hands, are kind of separated. That the original game had texture for them split so that you can kind of create the doll depending on the equipped items. Then spells. There's one more thing I've added in the spells. So you can now choose a quick and attack spell. So we can set Wizard Eye as the quick spell. This will now display in the stats. And we can cast it. Actually, the button only casts the spells, takes the mana points, but it doesn't cast it yet. So this is something I need to plug in. But there's one cool effect I wanted to show, which is the collision of the spells. So I now got all the spells here for the character, all the spells that she could learn. And take a look at the collision of the firebolt with the NPCs. That's a very cool collision that is now shared with other spells, for example the sparks. That will have the same animation. Oh, I think the character is already dead. No, just stuck. So now, if I cast this spell at the swordsman coming in front of us, that's the way it looks. I can also cast the sparks, so we can see what happens when they walk over it. Get the same damage and the same animation. So the animation will be changed to be more specific for the sparks, but that's roughly the idea. Then, I think that's mostly it for the changes to the interface. Things that are missing are, for example, coloring of the characters. So these colors here, these very bright green and purple, for most of the characters are meant to be color keys or special colors to be replaced, either by shading or by color palettes. So this is something I still need to do. Then there is the actual delay of the spells and autocasting to the closest enemy. And that might be it for the combat. One minor thing I've added as well to the game is that the water is now a barrier for the NPCs. They cannot walk on it. I still need to fix it for the player that they get damaged, but that's a minor thing to improve. And similarly, the dragonflies should not be affected by it, because they're flying. That's still not in the game. So I think that's it for the changes. Thanks for watching.